When writing an unfamiliar story. Hi, this is Shushmita. I'm an artist, a graphic designer, and a copywriter. 50 Shades of Creative is a compilation of an era of experience in, of course, painting, as you can see, graphic design, and copywriting. And 50 Shades of Creative is my attempt of making things simpler for you, easier for you, and to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes that I did. So today, I am sharing what you can do when writing an unfamiliar story. Now, story is how you reach to your audience and how you encode the information of your client or yourself and let your client decode those messages based on the things that they know of. It's a very complicated idea. Seems, but not necessary. It's complicated. So let's say you have a client in a business you are unfamiliar with. If you are directly communicating with your client, you have an option of inquiry and you have an option of asking things that they want and asking things that they would like to send to their audience. But it is very important that you imply some emotions in that story. Let's say you have to write about a yoga trainer, and we all may have been in yoga. We may have tried yoga. So when you do that, when you write a story for a yoga trainer, you know that it impacts beauty, it impacts health, it impacts appearance, and it impacts confidence. So that's four things. If you have tried, or if you have not tried, you know how these things impact a person. Someone who is not as confident as they should be, someone who thinks that their appearance would is something that is putting them down and they can get better, and someone who is fighting with, having a healthy lifestyle, fighting with their health issues. So how that feels. So all these. When you write a story, you just put those messages and just relate them with yoga, and then you can just make up a beautiful story that will sell and people will buy it. People will buy your client service, which means you are a hit. Let's say you are writing something that you are not familiar with at all, say buying a car. I know if you are somewhere in the world where everyone has a car, it's easy for you. But let's say I am from Bangladesh. Here, car is a luxury commodity, a very luxurious commodity. So not everyone has a car. So if I have to write a story on having a car, or if I have to write a story on car accessories or car materials, car facilities, I will pretty much get lost because I know it's a luxurious commodity, but I don't know what a car owner goes through or what a car owner feels like. Then, what I have to do, or what, in case you are having an issue or you have had an issue where you are not at all familiar with that, with the psychology of the owner or with the psychology of the consumer or customer, you have had gone through that. So what I would do if I have to be in the shoes of a car owner, I will first know that what are the things that a car associate with having a car. Here in Bangladesh, most of the car owners are drivers because the traffic is, incredibly intolerable traffic. So if you, those who self-drive, they are losing almost 2 hours from their work hours every day. That's my son. Baba. So it's it's intolerable traffic. So those who self-drive, they're losing their time in the traffic. So most of the car owners have drivers who will drive them around while they can respond to emails, while they can even take a nap in the car, because that adds to their entire schedule. That I know. And I know that car is luxurious because taking the bus or taking an Uber is not always a comfortable option. And having a car gives you a sense of security. If I have to sell a car accessory, or if I have to sell, let's say, a car paint or a vehicle shop, then I will be in trouble because I don't know how to maintain a car. And the car owners, they never talk about, oh, you know what happened to my car and I have to change this part, that part. They talk, but they don't talk with me. So I don't have enough time to go somewhere where car owners are talking. What I can do in that case is take myself in a situation where I was having trouble, let's say with my laptop or my phone or something, or my violin, something I'm familiar with. And what are the things that I need to take care of while owning those machineries or those things? Then what I do is, in those difficult situations, what I would do is I would associate my situation as a computer owner, as a phone owner, or as a violin owner. And what are the things that I go through? What are the things that I have to maintain all the time? And what happens when it takes away all my time to just, it takes an entire day just for that minute maintenance, what I go through. And when, if I have that facility right at my doorstep, or if I have that facility somewhere nearby, then how happy would I be? So that there, I just got that pain point and I got that pleasure point of the customer. And now I just have to know the details of that accessory, the technical details, and then I can make up a story, which is pretty good. But those, I must tell you one thing, those who are very, very extrovert, those who are networking all the time, and those who enjoy being with people, those who enjoy when people talk and listen when people talk, are very, very fast with adopting in adapting with these situations. And I know my boss, he enjoys every story anyone ever tells. And I have friends who enjoy every story anyone ever tells. And whereas and I am admitting this, until a few months ago or until a year ago, I would, there were very few people whose stories I would enjoy or I would really listen when they talk, because somehow I could relate to those stories and I liked that. Just say, let's say that I liked what they said. And even if there was a hint of something that I didn't like or I didn't agree with, I just, in dictionary they call it hating that person. So I used to hate that person. And this is something I need to tell you all who are starting, or this is something I need to tell you because I have promised to make things easier for you, to make things simpler for you, and to make sure that you don't make the mistakes I did. Don't hate people. Or if you don't like people, this business is going to be very difficult for you. And this is recently my mentor, Tjibaria, and another mentor of mine, former Eriko and now Master Sri Akarshana, said that you cannot start business if you don't care about people, if you don't like people. And let me tell you, if I didn't care about what others do, if I didn't care about what others feel, about what others are going through, I wouldn't start my business this time. And this time I know how to reach out to people, and that is to listen to them, what they are going through. Trust me, none of us have experienced everything ever. So there are experiences that we are not familiar with. There are feelings that none of us ever can think of. And we still have to learn feelings, forget technical terms. So this is how you do. When you are writing an unfamiliar story or for an unfamiliar brand, for an unfamiliar service, this thing will get you ahead like 100 steps. If you network with people, if you talk to people, just listen to them, not to answer, not to learn, not to make decisions, just listen to what they say and focus. You don't have to, right, this story, I'm going to use it next time. No, you just listen, and you don't know how your brain is going to process it within 24 hours. So this will really get you 10 steps ahead. And I am telling you from my experience, this is one mistake I made, that I was running away from people. And this time I know that I don't have to judge them. I don't have to merge with them. I don't have to blend with them. What When you're writing an unfamiliar story, it is difficult to put yourself in the shoes of the customer or the owner or someone who would avail that service. What you do is you associate your feelings. That doesn't have to be that specific product or service, but you put yourself in that experience where you had trouble with similar things that you have or similar services that you were looking for, and how you felt and why you needed, what went through your mind, what went through your emotions, and when you finally resolved it, what happened to you, how you felt, and why, and what changed, and how this service or this product is going to change everyone's life through their service or product. This is how you write an unfamiliar story. If you are a genius, it will take you 5 minutes or 5 seconds, maybe. For those of you who are on the way to becoming a genius, this is a shortcut that I'm telling you right now. And I will see you soon. Hit the subscribe button so every time I post a video, you're the first one to get that notification. Follow 50 Shades of Creative on Facebook, follow 50 Shades of Creative on Instagram, follow 50 Shades of Creative on SoundCloud. And let me know if you are having trouble having the SoundCloud channel, because this is just I have begun, and I think there are some terms and conditions and some limitations to uploading files. I can have them, but if you are not, if you cannot reach, just give me a comment below, and I will see you soon. Bye.